So we just went ahead and imported the leads. And so what we need to do is we need to understand where to not make certain mistakes. And importing is a very, very, very particular area where if you make one little mistake, it can kind of skew up your data. So we made a mistake in the import, where in Excel, when you usually do numbers and you drag and drop them without classifying your field data, it can create an error. So Sharon, why don't we pinpoint where the error was if you go to the source tab? So we were under the impression that all of them were going to be 2016, and as we drag them down, automatically the addition was being done on every single one. So all of these sources are different, so which is unfortunate. We could go back and manually adjust it, but since there's only 40 leads, it's not going to be that much work for us to just go in there and make the fix.
Just copy this to that one and then highlight both of them and drag them all down.
No, exactly. So I know how to fix it. So on Excel, we know how to fix that error. The question is in HubSpot, we need to go ahead and fix it. So we're gonna just quickly walk through how to fix that error. Sharon, if you start from the top. So let's go back to where the import was, and then we'll find where the error is and quickly move into the next step of the process. So when your import is complete, all of the names populate and create date, whereas on the top right, that's gonna show you these are newly imported leads that are within the system. So what we wanna do is we just wanna go in and fix that error. So let's just go to Alazo Health or Swifto. So this is one of the leads we just imported today, and there's two missing pieces of information. Number one, a HubSpot owner must be assigned to every lead. We're gonna show that in just a minute. We're gonna do what's called a bulk edit. But in all properties is where you're gonna be able to find your source, which is where this error was made in the import. So when you click on the view the source, you can go down and quickly see that it says 2056, that now needs to be 16. So manually now for 40 leads, we gotta just make the edit. And Sharon, if you could go back to where the team function is, and let's just filter through the source tag on HubSpot and find out where all our leads are for the startups. Now obviously not all of them are gonna be here because we imported 40 leads and we've only changed about 4 or 5 names. So Sharon, if you could go to the top and go to companies, and now they're gonna add a filter, and this filter needs to be an exact match back to what has been entered on the original sheet. And this is it. So now when you filter this, these are 4 companies we manually went in and changed their information for. Now while we're on these leads, let's go ahead and finish, or rather let's go back to companies and let's do the next step of the process, which is to assign an owner to each and every single one of these leads. So Sharon, if you could go ahead and just pick these, you could, yeah. Now there's 40 of them. She'll go ahead and finish the 40 later for the sake of saving time, but you're gonna see we have 10 of them here. So of this 10 on the top where it says assign companies, you could click on that, and in one click, Sharon could go ahead and assign these companies to my name. Now when she does that assignment, it's basically classified that those leads are gonna be basically the ones that are working directly with me. So now those leads have been assigned, and you will get an email notification when that assignment has been initiated. So that's been all set. And now the last part of the function is to go and do the manual match back for all of the leads. So Sharon, can you walk through the process of how to be able to create those friend requests through LinkedIn, going it right through HubSpot? So click on the lead itself and then go to the LinkedIn pages so you don't have to go through a different browser screen.
Yeah, sure. So if I'll do it that for Swift 2. And here's the one, LinkedIn company page. You go into the company here. We have about 18 employees on LinkedIn. We'll see all of them. And we have CEO and founder at Swift2, so we can just get connected to her.
Now the director of human resources would be a good lead. In our business, and this can all be different depending on what industry your company's in, but in our business, typically the communications director, marketing manager, somebody in HR, they're usually the ones that are handling and overseeing this process. So see if you could, I know there's only in-mail option. Sharon, is there a way to click down, or is there any way except for in-mail? So,
no.
So there isn't yet. So let's just see if we can get connected through her. And can you go back and update the sheet, please? and update the lead information of what you're able to pull there. This needs to be an everyday religious habit to update all the data, so we're not doing this leg of the work. So when we're outsourcing our back office support, this is areas where this sort of updated information needs to be done. And Sharon, you're going to want to do those updates immediately on the HubSpot lead itself as well. So here, if there's a name to enter, you should go ahead and enter that person's name. See the contacts right there. And we're not friends with her yet, so we can only put in a name.
Right.
So we can add a name. That's all we can do so far. And that's all we have. And job title, no. Sharon, you needed to put the job title in. Yep. And then as we get her to accept a friend request on LinkedIn, then you can go ahead and add the email address at that point.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we have gone ahead and done that. And so now you've assigned those companies. So now we're going to go through the last step, which is going to be to assign the tasks. But before we do that, Sharon, can you go through a couple more scenarios of other leads and do the friend requests as needed?
Yeah, sure. I'll show another examples as well. I'll take this one.
Now, what I would do is for these types of
You're
leads.
still recording.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, no, she can record, so she can see here. Oh wow, so that's great. So I actually know Rohan, so you can go ahead and friend him here, and he's the COO at the company. So that's a great potential lead right there.
Okay.
And that's pretty impressive. So his company is they're doing really well in New York. That's great. So you want to go up and add that note that this is the person that you have in contact. Right, so now, again, that's information's there now. When he accepts the friend request, then I can go back and update that contact. So in this session, we have concluded how we're going to go ahead and assign the tasks. Or not rather assign the task, but update our data and make sure we assign an owner to each one of the leads. And in our last session, we're going to go over the task assignments. Thanks again.